Now time for us to get into the headlines for this afternoon. Ghana Cocoa Board announced salary reductions for its executive management and senior staff as part of efforts to manage ongoing financial pressures in the cocoa sector. U.S. Embassy in Accra opens over 1,000 non-immigrant visa appointment slots for prospective travelers. Later on Business Edge, we will be engaging the Ghana Institution of Surveyors on national development. This and more coming up now. Please stay with us. Thank you very much for keeping us company. My name again is Helena Nyobeja, and we are coming live to you from the Ikuya studio here at Northridge. We start from here. The U.S. Embassy in Accra has announced the introduction of a new system for scheduling non-immigrant visa appointments aimed at easing access for Ghanaian applicants seeking to travel to the United States. According to the embassy, more than 1,000 appointment slots for B1, B2 visas designated for business and tourism travel have been made available within the next week.
The move is expected to significantly reduce waiting times and provide applicants with greater flexibility in securing interview dates. The embassy is encouraging individuals who are yet to book an appointment to do so promptly through the new system. Applicants with existing appointments scheduled for later dates are also advised to log into their profiles and reschedule for earlier slots where available. Officials indicate that the initiative forms part of broader U.S. preparations ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be jointly hosted by the United States, Mexico, and Canada. The tournament is expected to attract a high volume of international travelers, including fans, business representatives, and tourists. The embassy has reiterated its commitment to improving customer service and ensuring timely visa processing, particularly as global travel demand increases ahead of major international events. Applicants are advised to regularly monitor the official embassy websites for updates and follow all application guidelines to avoid delays.
Now, away from that, management and senior staff of the Ghana Cocoa Board have announced salary reductions for remainder of the 2025-2026 crop year as part of efforts to address ongoing financial and liquidity challenges in the cocoa sector. There is more in the following report.
According to a press release issued to media houses, executive management will take a 20% reduction in salaries, while senior staff will take a 10% cut for the rest of the 2025-2026 crop year. The board says the move is in recognition of the current liquidity challenges confronting the cocoa industry. Management explains that the decision forms part of broader cost-cutting measures, including procurement adjustments, and a staff rationalization exercise aimed at reducing overall expenditure and aligning operational costs with revenue. The statement was issued by the chief executive, who indicated that the measures are necessary to stabilize the financial position of the board. The Ghana Cocoa Board is urging stakeholders to support efforts to sustain the cocoa industry during this challenging period. In recent weeks, the sector has been at the center of national debate, particularly over producer prices and the sustainability of cocoa farming. Industry observers have also pointed to the heavy financing burden associated with cocoa purchases, operational commitments, and exposure to global price volatility. Cocoa Board's leadership has framed the salary reductions as a demonstration of shared sacrifice as the institution undertakes broader restructuring efforts during the crop season. However, the statements did not disclose the size of the liquidity gap or the projected savings from the pay cuts.
Now, away from that, the Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association, Samson Asaki Awingobet, has described calls for the resignation of the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board as premature and unwarranted.
The problem at Cocoa Board that led to this crowd crying louder that we saw is lack of communication. Let me put in that perspective. I think, and I expect Randy Abbey, who came from the media, should have even recommended who should be his communication PRA head because the PRA at the cocoa board didn't help. If he had communicated clearly, explicit, without any ambiguity, I don't think this hulu baloo should have gone. I think I listened to Honorable Eric Opoku on Onuya FM. Fantastic guy. So cocoa board needs such a person who would communicate with explicit, okay, with evidence, with conveying what actually transpired at cabinet level to what management, top management intend to do. Because if it's a directive from cabinet to your minister, the minister to top management, then how are they going to implement it? Because the president said clear, what should we do? We have made losses, we bought people cocoa on credit, they are waiting for the money, fund the money and pay them. And that brings the tension down. So those who are calling for Randy Abbey to leave the office or to be fired, I don't think it is premature calling. That is pre-joculation, or what should I say? I strongly believe that Randy Abbey hasn't done anything. The other aspect is, of course, yes, many people are talking about, when we look at the numbers at Cocoa Board, that is in terms of number of employees, the numbers of vehicles, V8 that have been bought by the Cocoa Board, instead of investing into pickups, because you want to believe that you want to have a very effective monitoring mechanism in place, then you need every district should have a pickup branded Cocoa Board to empower the staff to be able to go up and down in giving you real-time data, real-time information than buying V8, because we believe that V8 are being bought for top management. That can help them to go for their what call it, trek. But if you go to Cocoa Board, you have a pool of V8. So if you ask me, I'll say that 2025, 2026, there's no need for them to buy V8.
Away from that, let's do some more social stories, as Ghanaians have been urged to support the local cocoa industry as the country celebrates National Chocolate Month. Speaking at the event, sales and marketing manager at the cocoa processing company, Nana Ajimananson, emphasized the importance of promoting Ghana's cocoa and chocolate products, highlighting the industry's potential to drive economic growth and employment.
The event by the cocoa processing company featured a variety of activities, including chocolate tasting, exhibition of varieties of chocolate produced by the entity aimed at showcasing Ghana's rich cocoa heritage. Speaking to Metro News, sales and marketing manager of cocoa processing company Nana Ajimang Ansong announced plans to make Ghana the chocolate hub of Africa, with CPC leading the charge in promoting Ghanaian cocoa globally.
People are having some relaxation with their loved ones, and we think that, or we know that chocolate is what brings love. Chocolate is what brings laughter. Chocolate is what brings friendship. Chocolate is what brings joy. Chocolate is the glue that brings everybody together. And so the Golden Tree chocolates are here to bring all Ghanaians here for us to celebrate what we are known for, which is cocoa and chocolate.
He also mentioned that CPC has produced sufficient chocolate products for the celebration and encouraged Ghanaians to participate in promoting Ghana's cocoa globally.
The efforts to encourage the local consumption of cocoa-based products, because we found out that cocoa-based products provide a lot of nutritional health and wellness benefits for the consumer. And so if we grow cocoa, Ghanaians must be given that privilege to also consume it. So we at the factory, we have manufactured the products in different forms that you can take. You can drink it, you can chew it, spread it, in all forms. So we are all here to encourage the local consumption of the gold-based products under the Golden Tree brand.
The celebration of National Chocolate Month is expected to boost demand for local consumption, as seen as a key part of the government's effort to diversify the economy and promote economic growth.
Away from that, let's do some politics now. The minority caucus in Parliament has cautioned the national executives of the Tertiary Students' Confederacy to remain steadfast in their political journey and stay committed to the ideals of the new patriotic party.
The student wing of the New Patriotic Party met with the leadership of the minority caucus in Parliament as part of efforts to strengthen ties and reaffirm their shared vision. Addressing the delegation, Minority Leader Alexander Fenyomarkin said he had taken note of concerns raised by the students and encouraged them to remain resolute despite pressures.
The concerns raised that yes, sometimes it's you, the leaders alone. What about your followers? It is right, but it is you, the leader, who must open the door to the followers. Because I'm dealing with you as an arrowhead. Like in this meeting, when the suggestion came up that, oh, leader, some of our colleagues have been paying courtesy call on you. We want you to talk to us. Can you have the time? I said, why not? I said, okay, let's deal with president, vice, and Woko. These are the key. After here, you go and you brief your membership. And if there are peculiar needs, it's for you to draw attention to it.
The Afitu MP further alleged that there are attempts to divert the minority's attention from discussions on the cocoa sector. According to him, the governing National Democratic Congress is introducing other matters to stall the conversation surrounding challenges in the cocoa industry.
There is a matter that is making government have sleepless nights. And government is struggling. So government is finding a way to divert attention. So somewhere, I'm reading, there's an attempt to get MPP to discuss a different matter. And then one person said, look, guys, though this matter may be true, don't talk about it. Focus on the cocoa. There are others who are also tempted to say, no, but let's discuss it. I've been a majority leader before. So I know that sometimes when you are hot, you must find a way of surviving. But sometimes our friends don't get it. You read everything and you want to respond to everything. Government can even arrest somebody as a way of diverting attention. You remember in the initial stages, the cocoa, they said they should investigate the 8 years. The thing has nothing to do with whether Obi Kodi Bonibi and Ondi Bonibi. Yes, cocoa farm Chiomoka.
Also speaking at the meeting, the Member of Parliament for Takrade, Kwabna Otrida Komenta, encouraged the students to stay loyal to the party's vision and continue to champion its policies on campuses across the country. The national executives of TESCON were advised to hold firmly to what was described as the NPP dream, with speakers maintaining that the party remains the viable option to steer Ghana toward economic stability and growth.
It's capitalism that we can produce before we share. So if you don't produce, how do you share? So don't allow yourself to be deceived by other people that socialism is the way to go. Third but not least, this party gives a lot of opportunities to young people. A lot of opportunities to young people. So if you're a young person, don't ever imagine that in the MPP, the line is very long and you never get to your turn and therefore you go to another party. Don't ever decide.
Now, Executive Director for Christian Honors Secretariat, Kofi Kpodo, has called for urgent sanity in the Christendom. This follows recent numerous prophecies by self-acclaimed prophets on election outcomes in the country. He says the situation will open the floodgates for many fake prophecies and bring the Christendom into disrepute. He spoke at the unveiling of the 2026 Christian Honors event.
Christian Honors is a distinct national honoring platform established to celebrate deserving Christian men and women, institutions and organizations whose service and leadership have contributed meaningfully to the development of Ghana over the past 35 to 40 years. To ensure fairness, transparency, and credibility, Christian Honest is guided by the independent panel of unbiased review with ethics and integrity. In recent times, social and mainstream media have been flooded with prophecies on election outcomes, with the most recent being the NPP presidential primaries, where Prophet El Bernard declared a one-time victory for Kennedy Agyapong, but Dr. Baumia ended up winning the elections. Executive Director for Christian Honest Secretariat, Kofi Kodo, wants prophets to be measured in their prophetic declarations.
Reasons like this is why we have instituted Christian Honest, right? Because today you say this, tomorrow you say that. But there are those who have stood the test of time, and for them, they deserve to be honored. Like I said, and I still use the word influx. There are so many people who are just influx the Christendom, and it needs some sanity. I want to believe that we've had prophets 30, 40 years ago. I want to believe they saw these things. But did they come out to say it? Did they popularize it? Did they hype it? No, there was a way they went about it.
The Christian Honest is structured around 7 main categories, with 2 categories containing 3 subcategories each, bringing it to a total of 12 categories, with some categories including the compassionate personality, health-oriented church, education-oriented church, among others.
Now, away from politics, let's do some other stories. As the paramount chief of Nanton Na Muhammad V, has emphasized the importance of collaboration between government and traditional authorities and development partners to empower Ghana's youth through education. He was speaking on behalf of Yana of Dagbon Kingdom during the Northerners in Ablekuma Joma Festival in Accra.
The event brought together chiefs, community leaders, youth groups, and residents from across the northern communities living in Ablekuma Joma. Dressed in beautiful traditional attire, participants showcased rich northern culture through drumming, dancing, and traditional music. Speaking at the celebration, the paramount chief of Nanton Na Muhammad V, highlighted the need to promote peace, unity, and social cohesion to drive sustainable development. The event's theme, celebrating heritage, empowering the youth through education for peace and sustainable development, resonated with the Nanton Na, who urged traditional leaders to mobilize their communities for education and work with institutions to break down barriers and build pathways for young people to excel.
Let us use our influence to mobilize our communities for education. Let us make our palaces centers where young people are encouraged to pursue knowledge. Let us work hand in hand with educational institutions, breaking down barriers and building pathways for our children to excel. The chief who educates his people builds a kingdom that at last is reign. As we stand together, we celebrate our heritage and commit to empowering our youth. Let us also recommit ourselves to peace. Let us promote unity, mutual respect, and social cohesion in all aspects of our national life.
Chief of Ablekuma Joma, King Kanku Saki Musa Nso Zongo, also stressed that empowering youth through education is a shared responsibility requiring investment in quality education and enhanced access to learning for all.
Social stories this afternoon as the District Chief Executive for Gomwa East District, Margaret Nana Akom, in collaboration with residents of Gomwa Budata, have organized a clean-up exercise to mark the second day of the National Sanitation Day celebration. There is more in the following report.
Speaking during the exercise, Margaret Nana Akom cautioned residents to desist from dumping refuse along roadsides, in marketplaces, at stairbar grounds, and other unauthorized locations within the community. She stressed that the assembly members, traditional leaders, and the district task force have been tasked to monitor the area to ensure compliance. Akom also appealed to traditional leaders and community members for their continued support in development initiatives.
kapem bosumi bokona wi yehu so bi asan de nwura guo bim emfa won se nyipa kono yo hene emfa won se yo hene hu nipa emfa won se yo unit committee emfa won se yo assembly member san nipa ko yensa kana ye beche enti ye be so won se wo ba ma ye di empotemi titiru ene ye da background hono wo mana ye ndi ehone osan se ye yi da ma na dodo na fi baby ena wo ba na ye community ayetim ana se ye da background hono ehon dinya na che se ya ye ne yenso akakakra enti ye be so won se nde baby bia ya ba be prapra e wo the whole buduata community hano ye be so won se wo bedi ehone na enka ba ne se aban ne nse beka obi.
Assembly member for the Gomwa Buduata electoral area, Francis Edu, expressed gratitude to the DCE, traditional leaders and community members for their collective efforts in ensuring success of the cleanup exercise.
A special thanks go to the district chief executive that we have a lot of communities within Gomwa East, and then she selected Gomwa Buduata for this National Sanitation Day. It's a cleanup exercise being organized every month, and then Buduata has been selected this very month. It's an opportunity for us, for the people within the community to have an engagement with the district chief executive, for the people within the community as well, help tidy up the places within the community. I will use your platform to advise them that yes, there's an account adage says, so I will use this opportunity to advise them that everybody should get involved.
He encouraged the residents to actively participate in communal labor activities regularly to help maintain cleanliness and improve health standards within the community.
Now, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, has announced that Cabinet has approved a series of recommendations arising from a comprehensive review of public land allocations and leases across Ghana. Addressing the media, the minister said the committee undertook a thorough examination of a total of 8,160 lease applications executed across 16 regions of Ghana.
8,160 lease applications reviewed by the committee include 4,176 direct land applications, 2,799 regularizations, 19 direct allocations to state bungalows typically processed through the Ministry of Works and Housing, 108 land swaps or public-private partnership arrangement, and 795 subsequent transactions. Announcing the approval by Cabinet to implement the committee's recommendations, the minister said all land allocations processed without due process face cancellation.
The review revealed that a number of these applications and allocations do not fully comply with the Lands Commission's internal processes for the allocation of public lands. These lapses undermine transparency, accountability, and the public trust, and expose the system to potential abuse. To address these issues decisively and restore accountability, the following measure has been implemented. A. All uncompleted transactions of the categories listed above have been cancelled, and affected applicants will be formally notified. Completed transactions of the categories listed above will undergo case-by-case review, and any allocations found to have been processed without full compliance with due process will also face cancellation.
He announced the new revisions and procedures for the allocation of public lands and leases.
The revised form will now serve as the single mandatory application instrument for all public land transactions nationwide, covering both reapplications arising from this exercise and all future applications. Today, the revised Form 5 will be published on the Lands Commission official website and made available for public access within the coming weeks. Applicants will be able to download, complete, and submit the form electronically. The Ministry has undertaken a comprehensive review of the Lands Commission's internal processes for public land allocation. The revised process clearly defines the stages of processing public land applications, strengthens internal checks, and aligns each stage of decision-making with the principles of transparency, accountability, and traceability. This is intended to make sure that everybody who is in the line of this process is accountable and can be tracked and held responsible. Under the revised framework, no public land will be allocated by the Lands Commission without the prior written approval of the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources.
The minister emphasized that the exercise formed part of government's commitment to ensure the proper management of public lands.
Away from that, let's do some more social stories this afternoon as Ghana joined the world to celebrate World Radio Day under the theme Radio and Artificial Intelligence, the future of Ghana's media practice last week. The celebration highlights how artificial intelligence is transforming the media industry from news production to broadcasting and explores its potential to shape the future of radio in the country. And there's more.
University of Media, Arts and Communications Auditorium in Accra, media practitioners, academics and students gathered to discuss how artificial intelligence is transforming radio broadcasting in the country. The Pro-Vice Chancellor of UNIMAC emphasized the need for journalism education to adapt to technological advancements, urging students to embrace innovation while maintaining creativity and ethical standards.
Well, I mean, in AI, there's something we call prompt engineering, and as students are taught, it is important that the lecturers introduce, or if you like, expose students to prompt engineering. That helps them to teach students how to prompt correctly, to enable them get a kind of responses they need from AI. And I think that the second thing we are also doing as a university is to develop new programs that actually cater for artificial intelligence.
Vice President of the Ghana Journalists Association also highlighted the importance of responsible AI use in newsrooms, stressing that credibility and human editorial judgment must not be compromised.
We encourage media owners to invest in training and building the capacity of their staff, which is journalists, so that they'll be able to use the tools, use artificial intelligence tools, and use them more effectively.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Commissioner General for Media and Arts has also called on media institutions to harness artificial intelligence as a tool to enhance productivity without replacing the human voice that defines radio.
This is where the ethical consideration will come into play. Ethics, and that is why Ghana is working towards developing the national AI policy, which will guide in the usage, which will guide in the kind of ethics we want to get into. We don't want a situation where AI will come into our homes and take advantage of our homes and keep our children out of place. So AI usage will come with the ethics we all require, such that our cultures will still be of essence to us, and collectively we can get a benefit as other countries and as other individuals in various sectors are trying to derive benefits from it.
World Radio Day is marked every February 13 to celebrate radio's enduring role in informing, educating, and empowering communities worldwide.
That'll be all for the news updates here on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Helen Anyeweja. Over to you now, this month.
Right, Helen, thank you very much for bringing us the news updates. Really do appreciate that. You're still watching Good Afternoon Ghana here on Metro TV. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm sure if you have been watching Metro TV, you've definitely been seeing the Metro TV School's Homecoming. And we've got something big coming through for you. We'll talk about that. And so I have guests joining me in a bit from the Achimota School. They're all students. They'll be joining me to talk about the 99th anniversary. So stay with us. We'll be back shortly after the break.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspections, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ampedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sari.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ampedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we start the blessing. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every Thursday morning, the spirit of the school come alive. From the marching bands to the dining halls, the fear and the panic stories, the convoys to old students' pride, to unforgettable homecoming moments. Metro TV brings you the school's homecoming show live. Relive the glory, celebrate the legacies, reconnect with the memories that shape legends like you. The celebrations, the anniversaries, the homecoming activities, and the legacy projects that you embark in your school. The Metro TV School's Homecoming Show comes to you every Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. live on Metro TV. This is the School's Homecoming Show live on Metro TV.
Our school is built on a hill. Beposo Hanesa motto. We are always victorious, 'cause we work in God's way. Oh, Hebrew girls. Oh, Hebrew girls. Oh, every mighty eagles, we shall never lose our fame. Oh, every girls, oh, girls, oh, every mighty. We happen to have two legacy projects. One for the global community, that is everybody, all old girls. And then the other one for the 2001 year group, because they are the host of the 80th anniversary. And so the one for the global clean environment, and then we realized that one of our oldest dining hall in the school, it's overcrowded. Of course, we have two dining halls. Last year we refurbished one, and this year we want to refurbish An ultra-modern kitchen as well. That's for the global community. And then with the 2001 year group, they are building a whole STEM center for the school, a 3-story center for the school. Because you know,
distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations. Season 3 of The Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
Right, welcome back from the break. You're watching Good Afternoon Ghana here on Metro TV. My name is Desmond Okrekudan. So I mentioned before the break that we have a conversation about something big we're bringing to you from Metro TV. And today we're going to have a conversation about that. And we have some guests in the studio from Achimota School. Right, they're joining me in here. I'm excited about that. But of course, one gentleman who is leading this Metro TV School's homecoming, Nana Kwetia, is my colleague here at Metro TV, and we're going to be speaking to him also. But let's do as we did off air, we're doing the register. So I have with me Accra Fabia Bado. She is with the Achimota 86-year group. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And Accra Kweku Sikahene Ampoma, Secretary of the 1976-year group of Achimota. That's many, many, many years ago. Welcome to the program.
On behalf of my year group, thank you for inviting me here.
Great. And then we have 2001 year group's Vice President, Accra Beauty Oleki Labi. She is here also. Welcome to Good Afternoon Ghana.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes, and then Nana Kwetia is here also. So I mentioned that if you've been watching us, we've been putting the adverts on there about this amazing event that we're bringing to you, taking us back to our high schools. And not just that, not just the nostalgia, but we want to see what is happening with the schools. You see that on social media, the anniversary celebrations, the legacy projects that they put up. We want to put all of that together, and Kwesi is going to tell us more about that. Kwesi, so we are finally here, the Metro TV Schools Homecoming. Talk to us about the idea even before we get into the details.
All right, so what we're basically doing is, I'm talking about Metro TV, we are graciously giving our platform to senior high schools to actually come over, let's relive the memories and then also celebrate the legacies. And I'm talking purposely about the alumni. They are the ones making sure that the school goes well, and then the students that are currently there are well taken care of. And they have been there, so they know the ins and outs of that very particular school. So we are inviting every year group to come on board. Let's have that conversation. Let's laugh about the memories, the myths. You know, every school and every year, I mean, considering you, the year that you went, there was a certain myth about something that gave you fear. There's a particular teacher or a lecturer that gave you that fear. We are talking about all these things. We're giving you that platform. Talk about the activities that you do to help your school, and then some of the memories that you shared. And you know, most of these memories actually shape legends.
Right.
We're going to also be talking about some of the influential people that the schools have been able to churn out over the years, or the many years that have been in existence. So these are some of the things that we're doing for the school's homecoming. We're just giving you the platform. Metro TV wants to be part of your school as we celebrate you.
Fantastic. I like that. So my school, Tamasco, has also produced me.
That's a very good one.
Right. So let's hear from them. So 76, 50 years ago.
Yes. We're celebrating our golden jubilee.
Wow.
We're very excited about it.
How was high school like 50 years ago?
It was fantastic. I absolutely loved every second of being in that school while I was there. I got up to so much mischief anyway, but we also learned a lot.
Right.
And a lot of brilliant people came out of that school at that time. Yeah.
What did you do on campus in terms of what you were known for?
You know what? On campus was a gamut of interesting activities that I never imagined. And if you can, I was coming from England as a young boy to the school. And I was one of the best students in England. When I got to Achimota and I joined up with my first year students, I was mediocre. The students were brilliant. The level of their knowledge was far higher than mine. I was kind of like, wait a minute, what's happening here? You know, so I was playing catch up. So that attests already to the general education that was in Ghana at that time. Not only that, I came to play hockey, cricket, which I was playing in England, but little did I realize that I'll be doing that in school as well. We had 2 gyms, girls' gym and a boys' gym. We had a music school. We had all kinds of athletics field, our own athletics field. We had football pitches all over the place, netball, rounders, swimming, and we had our very own swimming pool as well. Remember that it was revolutionary when, in 1927, when the school set up, it was revolutionary that it was the first co-educational school in Ghana at the time that it was set up. So we've always been innovative, revolutionary, setting first, and so on and so forth. It was just amazing.
Wow.
You know.
Wow, that's 50 years ago. So we drop it down 10 years and then come to 86, 40 years ago. Wow.
Yes.
I would ask the same question about school back then, just to let us know Achimota and what it meant to you.
For me, when people see us at Achimota, they think we are dadabis.
Well,
I tell
you can't blame them.
I honed in how I clean through the school.
Okay.
I mean, in Achimota School, windows were cleaned with your powder and your cotton wool. You know, skirting boards? Every day we had 2 inspections, one in the morning and one in the evening. And in the morning, you would have cleaned your plot. So if you were using the bathroom and that's your plot, it has to be cleaned before 6:30. Discipline, the morale was very high. Games, like he was talking about gyms. We learned how to fold our towels with a gym uniform.
In a certain way.
It was so awesome. I mean, every morning you still have to wake up and do morning trotting. I was a sports person. I played hockey. I played basketball. Unfortunately, I couldn't swim. So only recently when my children were learning how to swim, I decided that, listen, I cannot brag with a swimming pool in my school and don't know how to swim. So there was a myriad of things. And the companies that we had, the friendship we made, they are the best.
Wow.
Very best. I mean, not because of networking, but it's just pure friendship. For me, I left the school feeling the songs we sang, even the hymns we sang, still resound in my ears. And like he was saying, everything was innovated. Even the national anthem, we had a twist to it. Beautiful.
Before we're done with this interview, you sing that song. You sing a song for us. So now we get to 2001, and that is more closer to me. So I can manage that. But very important to hear what Achimota taught her, the basic things of life when you go to high school. Is that the same for you?
Yes, so interestingly, much didn't change. 25 years ago, the experience was great. In terms of sports, I was also a sports girl. So Achimota taught me how to play hockey. And I played hockey for Achimota. It took me to the University of Ghana hockey team. I actually played for Ghana at a point, and I stopped. And this was because of the amount of energy Achimota puts into breeding sports men for the country. And apart from sports, I remember the quality of food. So we had good food to eat when we were in Achimota School. And we had our special days for our cocoa and beans. You have proper cocoa and beans. You have your chicken. Yeah, Wednesdays was jollof and chicken. Doch is the cocoa and beans. We had good food. Apart from having good food, like she mentioned, it's a school where we were taught to fold our things in our trunk with a ruler. Because during inspection, it has to be that straight. And trust you, it follows you through. Your closet can't go wrong because that's how you've been pushed to become. And let me speak about entertainment. At our time, I'll say we had one of the best entertainment ever. So I don't know how many of you know Ebibi Groma.
Yes, yes.
So we had the privilege of having Ebibi Groma come and perform for us during entertainment. That's Achimota School.
Really?
We had the likes of DJ Black doing our records night for us. So you have the likes of Pesekans, you have the likes of people coming all the way from Kumasi just to attend our records night because we had quality DJs coming to play for us. So all around, at 25 years ago, we had it. Top it all off, the quality of our teachers. Because when I look back, it is the foundation I got there that took me through, that has brought me this far. So we also had good teachers to teach us through. To the extent that as we speak, I still remember Egyptian civilization because of how I was taught. And I can tell you everything about the pyramids and the mathematics that was used to build it. Everything is still here. I remember, just because of the way we were taught in school. So for me, 25 years ago, that's what Achimota did.
Did you have a school band?
No, we didn't have a school band
We
then.
had school bands made of the students.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
school band. Well, so you hear all of these stories, and that's what we're doing. And this year, for the 99th anniversary of the school, the theme is honoring the teacher, advancing excellence, and inspiring generations. This is deep, and you talk about teachers, and in this country, it gets to a point where teachers feel neglected, feel, they're not appreciated so much. How important is this theme for the school and the country as a whole?
Well, first of all, let me ask you, without teachers, do you have a school?
No.
And the reputation of a school, is it about the building? Is it about the facilities? The reputation of a school is about what?
The quality of the teaching.
The quality of the teaching. And so if Achimota and other schools in the country have a great reputation, it's because of the quality of the teachers that we had. And we had some excellent teaching in the schools. Now, I have to say this on a personal level. I personally don't think that our teachers are valued highly enough. I think that if I had the power, I would increase the salary of teachers fourfold. But we had fantastic teachers. Achimota also had a teaching institution, if you remember. And it's all about the development of the teacher, the quality of the teacher, and what the teacher instills into us. And when you've got a boarding school like Achimota, it's not just about teaching. It's about the care for the students, being there to listen to the students, to resolve conflicts, to help those who might not be feeling so well, to protect, as well as to teach. So they nurtured us, they parented us, they guided us, they mentored us, so very important.
Wow.
76-year group in particular has a tradition of supporting the teachers. And we're following that through our legacy.
Okay, great. We'll talk about the legacy projects, and then I also ask Nana what as Metro TV we're doing to support the anniversary. But let's talk about why your year groups are really part of this celebration 2001.
Yes. So just to add on to the teachers bit before we go on. As a tradition, when you turn 20 years, so like this, when we're 20 years, you do something you call teacher appreciation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's mandatory. You are supposed to celebrate your teachers, reward them 20 years after school. We throw a big party for them, and it's huge. And it's something that Achimota ensures that every 20 years after school, you celebrate your teachers. So 3-year groups, we all have a part to play.
Okay.
In the long weekend of activities. And Achimota in its wisdom makes sure that they bring all of us together. If it wasn't for this, I wasn't going to meet people who left school 10 years ago. So I'm sure the schools in its own wisdom knows why they ensure that they bring 3-year groups together. So I'll speak about what my year group is doing over the weekend. I'll just touch upon it and then also talk about theirs.
Definitely.
So for 2001 year group, we are giving the kids a treat. Over 4,000 kids, they will eat differently. There are drinks, ice cream, a lot of fruits, different food from what they usually eat in the dining hall. That's what is going to happen on Thursday. That is an internal event for Akures.
Okay.
And on Friday is the big thing. What Ghana is now copying, everybody is copying. The bonfire night.
Oh, the bonfire.
We're very
We are
sure.
the pioneers.
We are not copying.
We
We're
are
very
the pioneers.
sure.
Now the others are following, but we are the pioneers
When it comes
of the
to Motown,
bonfire
don't go there.
night. And the trick is, you see, there's tradition to it. Our torchlight this year you should come and experience it. We are going to do a show off of color bombs of our various colors. People think we are just black and white, but we are not.
Many others.
Yes, every house in Achimota School has a unique color.
We're yellows.
Yellows, burgundy, there's blue, there's orange, there's red. My house was red. So there's
They're
a lot
gonna
of,
showcase all of that.
we are going to have a beautiful color bomb display before we start our torchlight procession. And when you enter the school, you will feel the color, the various colors that we have in Achimota School. We are just trying to let people know that, look, we are not black and white as you think. And for the bonfire night, I cannot say or talk about the artists now, but you have to come. There's a tour list. It's going to be a hot party.
It's going to be a hot party.
It's going to be a hot party. You just have to show up. A lot of food, a lot of drinks,
Right.
and you see, as we say here, it will cut across.
Yeah.
There's somebody who's going to entertain the students. There's somebody for us. There's somebody for every segment that is going to show up.
Right.
So it's a big party for Ghana. It's a holiday, Independence Day night. Show up.
Okay,
and have fun.
so she's already wet her appetite for that. So I'm going to be there. 8 to 6, what are you doing?
Wow. So just like we said, teachers are, for us, something
Right.
else. And for us, we are honoring the clergy. And, you know, they are teachers before they become the clergy. And for us, they are nurturing. They are, you know, the way in which they facilitated people's thoughts, the way they honed in the mornings. For Achimota, I'll use the word, we are colorless when it comes to tradition in religion. Anglicans, Protestants, Catholics, we all have our chapels,
Muslims.
including Muslims.
Right.
And so in the morning, around 6 to 7, everyone is gathered to pray. And these clergies who lead these. So we have chaplains, we have Catholic chaplains. In our time, Father Buckle was a Catholic chaplain, and he knew every one of his students. Reverend Kobe was a Methodist. And so for us, we are looking at honoring the clergy who ensure that our minds were in the right place. And so these are some of the things that we are doing. And for us in 86, what we are leading with on the day before the Saturday is a cadet corps. In Achimota, we have a great cadet corps.
The best.
And it's under the
best.
For this year,
The best.
one of our mates is a
Achimota
major
is the
general.
best.
The best.
And so we are leading the charge on that. You should see that 6:30 morning parade,
Okay.
color party, you name it. The children are, I mean, we've had this tradition for so many years. We don't want to renegade on that at all. So that's one of the things, you know, right after the bonfire, which 2001 are leading, we do the cadet parade, and then in the afternoon there's a big event, and of course on Sunday we all meet at church. So for us, we are leading on. I'm sure you come to the. I don't want to.
We'll keep the rest.
We'll keep the rest. I
I
don't want to talk about our legacy project now until you get to that place, because we all have something we're doing.
We've got a few minutes to go, so we'll just have to bundle everything together.
Okay.
So what 76 is doing, and of course we talked about the teachers bit. So let's talk about the legacy project, and then quickly we'll talk about what Metro TV is doing to help this.
Again, our legacy is all about the teachers. Since I left school in 76, there have been new houses built for the school, new facilities, labs, and so on and so forth. We thought we'll build teachers' accommodation. And so we're building a fantastic complex for the teachers. It's almost completed. It'll certainly be completed to an extent where we can show it off at Founders Day, but we're targeting the key handover for later in the year. So it's gone down very well with the teachers in the school. They feel so appreciated. The current teachers have been in touch with us, thanking us for thinking about them, and all teachers are, incredibly appreciative that we've thought about them in this way. So that's what we're doing. Can I please put in a bid here to say we need some money to
more.
help us
Yeah.
to complete what we've started. Yes.
So all the old students who haven't connected with the alumni yet, please come with your monies. We need all of that, and all the other brands who
Absolutely.
can help with
and
that.
anybody else.
Right. Because so for us as Metro TV, what are we doing to this? Right.
So each year group has a project. We
Has
are
a
mandate-
project,
So I can quickly run
Alright,
through
sure, we
if
can
time
go
is.
through that, right.
So for the 86 group, like she spoke about the clergy, that's where their focus is. So we have a unique monument, let me call it that, Agri Chapel. They are renovating that.
Oh, you're renovating this
And
now.
it's not just for Accras, it's open to Accra and friends of Accras to come and help donate, put it together.
Okay.
Because a lot of people do their weddings. There's a beautiful place.
Iconic place.
Yeah, it's an iconic building in Ghana.
What is it?
Yeah, so please, we are encouraging friends of Achimota, the whole Ghana, please come and support us. And for 2001, we are renovating our science lecture theatre. So we have a lecture theatre for our science students, and we have to refurbish it. So for that too, we need the support of friends of Achimota in Ghana to help us refurbish it. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Right. So, Kwesi.
All right, so on Thursday from 9:30 to 10:30, that will be the maiden edition of the school's homecoming. We're having a blaster. We're having
we're having a program.
We're having a program. It's a
Just
show
for-
actually every
okay.
Thursday, 9:30 in the morning to 10:30.
On Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're having Accra girls, we're having Wesley girls. You know, just this past weekend, they had their anniversary.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's more like a review. And then also there's the bragging rights that we want to find out between them, Holy Child, Wesley girls, and then Accra girls. 9:30 in the morning, just to, keep you awake as you get into your office. Before you actually get yourself going in your office, we want you to relive those memories. Look at the banter strategically now to see whether you can also plan according to what you do in the office.
Okay. So then it means that in March, after the 99th anniversary, you'll come in and then you also
They would
do a
come in.
review.
But we're going to go there.
Yes, we're definitely coming there with our cameras to make sure that we do
experience,
support. Yes, an
yeah.
experience
Please don't forget to bring a drone to do the
we have all of
bonfire
that. We have all of
night.
that.
Amazing, amazing. Torchlight
I'm
procession.
going to give. We have to go in 30 seconds. So you sing the anthem 30 seconds and then we go.
Sure.
So let's go.
Let's go. From Gambaga to Accra, from Miasu to Keita, we are brothers and our mother is a school. She will guide us all and each, so we learn that we may teach, so to subjugate ourselves that we may rule. Play the game, shout her name, spread her fame afar. She's the head of all the hosts. She's the school of whom we boast. She's the glory of the coast. Achimota.
Okay, so that's a beautiful one from our guest here. So we heard from Akora Ofebia Bado of the 86-year group and Akora Kweku Sikanhene Ampuma, secretary of the 76-year group. El Toro. Right, and Accra Beauty Oleki Labi, Vice President, 2001 year group of Achimota on their 99th anniversary. We're taking a break and we're going to tell you the Advertising Association of Ghana is addressing the media on concerns regarding the ongoing Billboard demolition exercise being undertaken under the auspices of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs and the Office of the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Let's listen to that.
Their billboards against those who mounted their billboards at the same spot illegitimately, causing chaos as we see around. The exercise should not be carried on the whims and caprices of the demolition body without cause. The demolition activities we have witnessed appear to lack clear communication of an implementation framework. There has been no published phased plan, no documented categorization of these structures, that is legal versus non-legal versus dangerous. Again, there's no consistent enforcement sequence. These create uncertainty and expose legitimate businesses to sudden operational and financial losses without just cause, clarity on the compliance expectations, and many more. We believe that any kind of enforcement without structure risk being perceived as arbitrary, even when the intention may be corrective and profitable. The Advertising Association of Ghana respectfully calls for a constructive reset. We passionately reiterate our appeal to the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the Honorable Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs to impress on the requisite authorities to improve the clarity and direction to the process, which ensures that 1, a formal stakeholder engagement between the Technical Working Committee and the advertising industry. 2, a publication of a clear regulatory and enforcement framework. 3, a phased and structured decongestion plan. 4, a defined compliance window for operators. 5, transparency in the categorization of affected structures. And 6, a grievance or appeal mechanism. For a reform that is collaborative, is more sustainable than one that is unilateral. The Advertising Association of Ghana is fully committed to supporting lawful regulation, ensuring industry compliance with safety and planning standards, collaborating to design a practical and workable decongestion strategy, protecting the integrity of Ghana's urban spaces. The Advertising Association team has developed constructive recommendations and is prepared to formally share them with the authorities. Our position is not adversarial and antagonistic. Our position is responsible and transparent action. We seek dialogue, we seek clarity, we seek fairness. We look forward to a more engaging exercise by the requisite authorities and a structured reform to achieve our common goal. Together, we can. Thank you very much. A brief summary.
Soil is where every great harvest begins. At ACAP, we turn waste into wealth, producing rich organic compost made right here in Ghana for our farmers and our future. Whether you are planting small or big, ACAP compost improves your soil, boosts your yields, and saves you money. Even in your own home garden, give your soil life naturally. ACAP compost, from waste to wealth.
Oh yeah, Ghana is opening a new chapter in green growth and investments. Tree Crops Developmental Authority, TCDA, presents the first Ghana Tree Crops Investment Summit and the first Tree Crops Industry Awards 2026. The 4-day event runs from the 17th of February to the 20th of February 2026 at the Accra International Conference Center. Morning sessions start at 8 a.m. and afternoon sessions start at 1 p.m. daily. Theme: Sustainable Growth through Tree Crops Investment, Resetting and Building Ghana's Green Economy. The summit brings investors, policymakers, agribusiness leaders, entrepreneurs from cashew, coconut, oil palm, rubber, mango to share from all over the world to connect. Climaxing the summit will be a special gala night and first Tree Crops Award ceremony. For exhibition, sponsorship and registration, contact us on 0303 981 790. Visit our website at tcda.gov.gh or connect with us via our social media platforms at TCDA Ghana. Registration is required to invest in Ghana. Grow tree crops. The future is green. Be part of it. Seacoms beyond cocoa. Our Seacoms, our future. Come one, come all.
Welcome back from the break. We're talking business now, so it's Business Edge here on Metro TV. My name is Desmond Okreko-Danso, and we're live on Facebook and Metro TV Ghana. You can join us live on there, also on DSTV channel 277 on the multi-TV digital box. We're also live on there, and on radio it's 94.1 FM. So if you're stepping out, don't worry, just tune in to 94.1 FM and continue listening to the show. Many thanks for joining. So I mentioned before the break that we're going to be having a conversation with our guests who are from the that is the Ghana Institute of Surveyors. They've got their 57th annual general meeting coming up, and we'll talk about that. So let me introduce them real quick. The CEO is here. She's a big woman. Surveyor Sarah Esi Zida is there. She's the CEO of the Ghana Institute of Surveyors. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Great. And we also have Surveyor Godwell Ba Yamwa. He is the YSN coordinator for the Ghana Institute of Surveyors, and also Surveyor Alexander Ayete, secretary of LSD of the institute. We're going to be talking about 57th annual general meeting. Welcome to the program, and today I'm happy to be in the midst of surveyors. I mean, we always hear the name, oh, surveyor, copper surveyor, brown number here, all of that. But I'll see you. Let me start from you. Ghana Institute of Surveyors. For many of us who are watching and have not even heard of the institute before, don't even know that there's an institute like this. Talk to us about it. A brief history about the institute.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. So the Ghana Institution of Surveyors was established just after independence.
Okay.
It was kind of a baby of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. So we were born out of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, and the institution was established to bring together professionals, mainly valuation and estate surveyors, land surveyors, and quantity surveyors. These are three divisions, and to build their capacity, get them together as an institution, strengthen their collaboration among themselves, and to train them and help them to develop more professional skills within the built environment. So basically, in brief, that's what the genesis of the institution has been, and we've been in existence all this while till today. Yes.
So Ghana Institution of Surveyors. What are the things that you've heard about the institution that you don't do that people think that you do?
Well, I must say that it's rather probably people are not very familiar with what we actually do. So we have three divisions.
Okay.
So let me put it in simple terms. We have the land surveying division. So when you want to own property, you have a land surveyor to demarcate for you, point out exactly what you need or where you're getting, and then prepare a site plan for you. So simply, we have the land surveyors. Then we have the quantity surveyors. You want to build a house, you want to build a project, you want to build, anything. It could be a commercial project. The quantity surveyor comes in to advise you as to how much it will cost you to build it, what kind of materials to use. And actually, we have something we call even value for money. The quantity surveyor can advise you as to what kind of value you get from what you're willing to spend. So maybe you have a budget of 100,000. The quantity surveyor can help you determine exactly what you can get and show you what options are available to you. And we have the valuation and estate surveyor. So the valuation and estate surveyor would typically advise you as to, help you rent or sell your property, manage it, show you, even when you're ready to build, you can even ask for advice. What can I get out of my piece of land? The valuation and estate surveyor is poised to give you that kind of advice. So I've kind of flipped your question by telling you in summary exactly what we are, and then take it from there.
Is there a total number?
Oh yes, I mean our numbers over the years, we're clocking almost 5,000.
5,000 surveyors.
Yes, we have across the 3 divisions.
Okay.
And we have those who probably after school don't want to join, and there are people who don't join the institution. You know, of course, you won't get the regulation and the quality out of the profession.
Right.
But for those who are registered, we are pushing almost 5,000.
Right. So, Alexander, you would be the for the land surveying department division.
Yes.
Do people come? Do people come for your services? Is this something that people do? Because, as you mentioned, it's supposed to be.
The institution is, let's say, a professional body for professional surveyors. So not necessarily to offer survey services, but they are registered surveyors or recognized surveyors, surveyors who are classified to be in good standing, who offer these services. So the institution as an entity is a group of professionals who are recognized in their specialized fields. But the institution doesn't necessarily market itself as maybe an arm of or a business entity where people
offer
can
services to people.
Though there are instances where people reach out, for example, value for money audits and other services, but it's not like a business entity where like we do land surveying. If you want someone to survey your plot, come to us. But individuals within the institution
Then now my question will be for the individuals. Do people put up buildings? Do they come and ask on a regular? Is this something on the mind of anybody who is putting up a building that, I'm going to ask? Because a few times that we've had buildings collapse and all of those things, they say, we want to surveyor. Land surveyor, and all of those things. So I just want to understand if people really do reach out for services from surveyors.
So ideally, people are supposed to. Let's say on one hand, maybe they are unawares. On another hand, there are other people in the space who present themselves to be professionals, who carry themselves to be surveyors. In quote, we call them quack surveyors. Sometimes they are not recognized. They are not members of the institution, but they offer survey services. For example, you want to build a land, you want to build a house, and you want to conduct a search on the land. You want to know whether it's a state land or it's a private land that you can buy. If it is private land, is it a space that is reserved, let's say like Ramsar site, which is not supposed to be developed? So when you seek the services of professionals who are in the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, they can advise in regards to such issues. Now, in the past, it was difficult for people to reach out to us, maybe to access our services, but now we have a very vibrant website. And so anyone out there who seeks of a surveyor can go on our website, ghis.org.gh, and then there's a platform you can just click on a link which will lead you to finding a surveyor. So any person who portrays himself or carries himself out to be a surveyor, you can verify whether the person is indeed a surveyor. But let me put this caveat there, that aside from the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, we have government agencies that have official surveyors. For example, the Lands Commission. So there are other professionals who most of them are indeed also members of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, but the Lands Commission Act also gives them that cover to carry themselves as official surveyors. So let's just put that caveat out there.
That's very, very important to note. But to you, Godwell, what are the opportunities really for someone who says, I'm going to school, and I'm sure for education, is it just KNUST that does that? Or
No.
Share with us.
Yes, so let me start from the education part. It used to be KNUST, who was mainly handling surveying practice education. But now we have a lot of the technical universities who are doing programs that are related to surveying. UBIT is also doing same now. And then we have other institutions that have come in. So it's no more yet
just KNUST.
So now we have various institutions that are doing surveying related education. Now on the basis of on the issue of the opportunities, yes. So just as my colleagues had earlier said, surveying is a practice that is not restrictive. I always say this when I meet young guys. My brother Alexander is a LS, which is land surveying. My sister, the CEO, is a valuation and estate surveyor. I'm a quantity surveyor. We are not restricted to only surveying, though we are professional surveyors. Surveying gives you the opportunity to open up to understand so many things in the environment. So you are able to expand your horizon. And that is why I always tell people that surveying is the best course to learn. The opportunities abound. Just as my brother Alex said, you could be a government agency official. You could be your own private practitioner. You could be a practitioner in a corporate environment. You could be a practitioner in so many other environments that have surveying-related services. We also do other services that are not purely surveying. So we have ADRs, we have contract management, we have facilities management. These are not pure surveying correlated programs. Okay. But because of your training, you're able to learn these things and you're able to practice them. So we have so many other areas you can practice as a surveyor. And that is why we always tell people that it is best to be in the surveying field. I am a surveyor, but I don't work in the main core surveying practice. I work in the financial services. Okay. So you can imagine.
So it's my service. You up to
thank you. So it opens you up to other areas of the industry practice. And so it is not restrictive. That's what I always say, people. Surveying is not restrictive. It opens you up. So it gives you an opportunity to be able to practice in various. You can't do anything without surveyors. Honestly. Anything you want to do that is developmental, you need a surveyor.
And that would bring me to my next question about national development. What do you do to help with the national development at surveyors?
So, as I was saying, you can't develop anything without a surveyor. So everywhere there is development, you find surveyors there. Okay. If you want to build a road, you need a surveyor to survey the land, to give you the topography of the land, give you all the geo information about the land. Then when it comes to construction, you need a KWS who will then come in and help you to build the cost. KWSs can even manage the project for you because they are very good contract managers. They can be project managers for you, very good, because of the cost issues that come with quality and specifications. Every construction product has specifications. So if I'm building my house, it may not be the same as a government building, an official property. So you see the difference. So there is a specification in building my house, and there's a specification in building government office. So if you have a QS who understands this, is able to align your costing towards what you are looking for. And that is what people don't know. So they want to build things, they just look for people who call themselves contractors or foremen, and they work with them. But these people don't really understand these differences. Because what I will be putting in my house may not necessarily be what will be put in an official environment. And so quantity surveyors come in to help you build those costs and specifications, material use and all that. Then you come in with those who manage it after it is done. So you build an infrastructure, you need it to be managed. That is when the valuation and estate people come in. So they come and help you to manage the infrastructure you built. So for us, we are everywhere when it comes to development. And that is why we are always trying to link up with government to make sure that the national developments are sustainable. It's not just developing, but it should be sustainably enough for us to be able to use it for a very long time. And that is more reason why my sister talked about the value for money. We want, or we need our national developments to have the value for money that we put into them.
Right. Very, very, very important getting the education about surveyors today, and I'm sure our viewers would really appreciate the conversation that we're having here. Back to you, Madam CEO. We've talked about the nice things, what surveyors do and all that. What are the challenges?
I think that, thank you. I think one of the main challenges that I have noticed will be the education bit.
Okay.
You know, people not being sure or not knowing exactly what they can get from the surveying profession. So, and I think that it's just marketing, basically. You know, we come out of our training and you're so focused on your work and you actually assume that the public would know that, okay, I need this service, this is where I go to. But people genuinely do not know. Okay. I have come across people who've who've sent, we have the story is a common story where you have people living abroad, for instance. They send money to family and friends to build.
To build for them.
And then half of the money goes into the person's house, and then a third goes into the project and 2/3 goes elsewhere. But what they don't know is that after I've acquired the land and I've got an architect to build, you can go to a quantity surveyor and ask him to cost it for you and help you manage, like he said, project manage it so that you don't lose money. And even after the project is completed, maybe you didn't know, and then you got your brother's cousin to do the project and it's finished, but you feel deeply that you've been ripped off. You can call a quantity surveyor to help. Look, I spent X on this property or in this project. Help me understand whether I'm getting real value for money. Unfortunately, everybody thinks that value for money is only government projects where, it's a big project where government is involved and is asking for audits. But no, even on an individual basis, on small projects as well, you can have that assessment done. So I think that it's partly because people are not aware of what value they can bring. We have a lot of people who don't understand or even know that you can have facilities managers manage your property, even as an individual. You don't always have to, as an individual, you can have a single family dwelling. It can be managed for you. It doesn't have to be a large commercial property. There's so many things so I think that education is one of the main aspects. A lack of, I would say, understanding of exactly what.
And then having to do with quack, as I mentioned.
That's for that one.
As for that one, that's a big problem there.
It is. That's what I'm saying, that, it's not knowing and understanding. Okay. And if somebody's shouting loud enough, you're likely to listen to that person. And if he's a quack, well, he's made a lot of noise. So one of the reasons why we are here is also part of the education, to be able to make people get a better appreciation of exactly what we bring to the table in terms of development.
Right. If you just tuned in, we're talking to our guests from the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, helping us understand what they do. And we will very soon also talk about the 57th Annual General Meeting and what to expect from them. Alexander, in this era of technology and there's so much advancement, we're talking about artificial intelligence and all of that, do you see that as a risk for yourself as surveyors? I mean, is your work part of the work that is deemed, will be one of those that AI and technology would throw away? Or are there ways that surveyors can get themselves into that technology space and find a way around it?
So I think the earth even that we are on is moving, and when it stops moving, life, it may not be able to sustain life again. So as professionals, we need to also be dynamic. We need to keep learning the new trends, changing environment of our profession. So when it comes to land surveying, for example, there are new technologies like the use of drones, LiDAR sensors. When you look at throughout school, it used to be a field that a lot of women shied away from because you have to spend a lot of time on the field. It's very rigorous and the environment sometimes can be very harsh. That is conventional surveying. But with the introduction of technology, now, let me say about 50% or more of the workload has been reduced. And taken to the office where you sit behind a computer and then extract information. Now, that bit that sits on the computer is now being handled by AI system, machine learning. And the initial workload that had to do with data collection is changing. So if you are, for example, a surveyor who has specialized in data collection, in a few years, platforms like drone will capture what you would have used 6 months to capture in a few days. When you look at a place like the United Kingdom where they had completely surveyed and they have a cadastre of every house there. If you have specialized in cadastral surveying where you go and survey each parcel to prepare a plan, your work will be obsolete there. So AI and technology, though brings opportunity, it also comes with risk. And for that reason, the GHIS promotes continuing professional development.
Okay.
So, for example, we are now transitioning from data collectors to data analytics and data management, where the data already exists. What can you do with it? So you have to create information from the existing data. And yeah, so that is where, so it comes with it risk, but also offers opportunity for innovation. So we have to be innovative and then venture into new areas of our professional specialization.
Are there any special events or moments where you get to learn new skills about this work from the institution?
Yes, so I mentioned about the continuing professional development. So under our governing council, there's one of the main standing committee is what we call the Continuing Professional Development Committee, which monitors professional development of members and also offers opportunities of continuous professional learning. So we organize some programs on new technologies, new innovations to keep members sharp and up to date of changing trends. In addition to that, each of the different divisions have their own continuing development, continual professional development committees who also run division-specific CPDs program. So, for example, quantities will have CPD program for quantity surveyors. My division, we have quantity surveying for, we have programs or CPD programs for land surveyors, and then evaluation and estate surveyors also have CPD programs for them. In addition to that, we have the Young Surveyors Network, which also have their own CPD program.
Okay.
So it's a profession of continuous learning because our environment is continuously changing, and we need to keep abreast with the changing environment and technology.
Right. So we've got a few more minutes on this. So I'm going to come to Godwin and ask two things that we need to address in terms of our country. So we're talking about land grabbing and then galamsey. Is there a way surveyors can help with this situation that we find ourselves in?
Okay, thank you very much. So yes, land grabbing, as you said, my brother Alex will tell you that the institution has done a lot of collaborations with the government on this issue. Land grabbing as a problem in our country emanates from how we manage our land tenure system. And if you realize, most of the time, our lands are managed by allodial owners, and where there's a problem with registration, that is where the land grabbing usually occurs.
Okay.
So if we have our allodial owners registering their lands and making sure that they go through the correct processes when it comes to registration with the Lands Commission, then this land grabbing issues would reduce drastically. So the institution has done a lot by liaising with the Lands Commission to engage government on these issues, so we can educate the allodial owners, especially our stools and our chiefs who have lands that they've not really registered. It will surprise you that most of our stools and lands have not registered, and chiefs have not registered their lands. Yes, they are selling them. So if one chief sells a land that is not registered to you, a member of his cabinet can come and sell the same land to me. And that is where the grabbing starts.
That's where the problem starts.
So we need to encourage them to make sure that they protect these lands by registering them. So there's a documentary evidence on them, which will help us manage that data, just as my colleague Alex said. So that is where the land management, the data management comes in. If we have all these registered, we can manage how they are processed in terms of transfers, in terms of deeds and all that. So we as an institution have been doing that collaboration with Lands Commission and the government to see how best we can make the people who are supposed to get these things done do them. Then on the issue of the galamsey, the institution has, in the past, about 3 years ago, we started engaging governments on this land. We brought out a lot of documentations on that, proposals to management to see how best, to government, to see how best government can handle the galamsey menace. And we are very close with the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry, always engaged in some of these discussions. And so I believe those discussions and outputs are showing in some of the implementations of government's activities. And we believe that if government should go ahead doing that, we will know that we believe galamsey will be a thing of the past.
Right. But I'm sorry, let's talk about the AGM, the 57th AGM annual general meeting. What are we to expect at this meeting?
We're starting, so it's going to be a combination of what usually happens is a time of bringing members together, education, and then bringing new members into the fold, and then elevating members who've been there for a long time into the position of fellow. We'll start with a golf tournament on Saturday.
A golf tournament?
A golf tournament,
okay.
Yes. And then, we're going to continue with some engagement. The young surveyors will have an event where the new inductees will be brought into the profession. They'll be given some talks and then lectures on how to, navigate. And then we'll have an elevation of those who have been in the profession for a long time, who've contributed significantly. We're going to have them elevated to the position of fellow. And then we're also going to introduce some honorary members who've been associated with the institution for a long time, also give them that recognition. Okay. And it will end with our dinner on Saturday and then our Thanksgiving service the following Sunday.
All right, so that's the 21st Surveyors Week and the 57th annual general meeting. That's going to be from 21st. Where's 21st?
Saturday.
This Saturday to the 1st of March. So a whole week. That's from Saturday to the next week, where all professionals are coming together to have a good time. I like the golf bit. Right. So how do people get to you? In case people are watching and now want to find out a few things from your institution.
Oh, fortunately, we have a very vibrant website, very good website. So with all the information there, so you go to the website and then www.ghis.org.gh, visit it. We have all the links there, all the information there. Find a surveyor, contact the institution. We have every information there. So we'd encourage people to visit. We know people do. Mm-hmm. We want more people to visit. And there's even a feedback where you can get feedback to the institution. You are not happy with the services of a surveyor, you can report. So there's so many, it's very interactive. So we encourage people to go there for all the information.
Right, so get to the website, and the theme for the 21st Surveyors Week and the 57th Annual General Meeting is Strategic Professional Collaboration as a Catalyst for Sustainable National Development. The theme alone, too many things in there, so you know that they mean business. Thank you very much for coming, CEO of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, Madam Sarah A.C. Zida, and also heard from Surveyor Godwin Ba Yamwa. He is the YSN coordinator, and Surveyor Alexander Aite is the secretary of the LS, that's the Land Surveyors Division. Right. So as we go, Metro TV is having the school's homecoming. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to shout out your school, your high school, and tell them to come for the homecoming. Contact us, or we'll put you on. Which high school?
Kateko.
Kateko.
Aneshi.
Oh, there you have a. Hey, Alote. Alote, you have a colleague here from Kateko. Okay, great.
Yeah, I went to Holy Trinity Cathedral Secondary School. That's Hot Cars.
Hot Cars.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
High Street.
Okay. Yeah,
yes.
I've heard the name. And Madam?
I went to Maoli Secondary School in Ho.
Okay. The Maoli people today, they are not here. I'm sure they're outside. they're outside somewhere. So we're having the Metro TV schools homecoming. So when it's time for your anniversary and all that, just hit us up and we'll come and help you and support that. Right. So we also did a story. My colleague Eugenia Akofakumi lives in Kaswa, and then did a story about the gridlock in terms of finding transport to work and after work. Now, the issue is that Ghana is losing a lot of money due to those delays, productive hours being spent in traffic in the mornings and all of that. She did this story. Let's take that. When we come, we're speaking to a development analyst on what this means for us as a country and how we can solve it.
It's 6 a.m. and I'm currently at Kaswa. This is actually where I stay. Usually I'll leave home at 4:30 a.m. join the staff bus, but today I've decided to do something different, to join the public transport, what we know as trotro, to experience at first hand what the ordinary Ghanaian worker goes through on a daily basis.
Long winding queues have already formed at the bus terminal, which connects residents to other parts of the country. I joined the queue heading towards Nima. Empty buses arrive intermittently, yet the queues keep growing by the second. Finally, I managed to secure a spot after almost an hour and a half. En route, one thing becomes clear. Every side of the road is choked. Even motorbikes struggle to maneuver through the congestion. Once the vehicle moved, some passengers begin to doze off, trying to catch a bit of rest before the day gets busier. A new study has identified traffic congestion as one of the worst nightmares of the Ghanaian worker. The findings showed that time lost in traffic accounted for approximately 3.2 billion cedis annually, while fuel waste contributed, with stress and fatigue estimated at 815 million cedis. The Malam Kaswa route has been identified as one of the traffic hotspots. I arrived at my first stop at 9:08 a.m.
Being stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic has become the new normal for the Ghanaian worker. With a rapidly growing population and little expansion of existing infrastructure, the daily hustle continues. So, the next time you're stuck in traffic, make sure to grab your laptop and a bottle of water, because the waits could be long.
By 9:30 a.m., I finally arrive at the office. 3 hours and 30 minutes of potentially productive time spent in traffic. With the study proposing a number of interventions, including widening roads, upgrading feeder roads, and deploying smart traffic lights, the government's role in easing the daily burden of workers and commuters remains critical and requires urgent attention. Eugenia Akofakumi, Metro News, Accra.
Right, so that was a story by my colleague Eugenia Akofakumi, and that is on the economic bit. And according to a recent study on urban mobility, Ghana is losing about 4.5 billion every year due to traffic congestion, especially in Accra. And as she mentioned in the report, 3.2 billion, about 71% of the total is lost in traffic, and also wasted in traffic, about 434 million cedis from idle vehicles stuck in traffic. And then there's the productivity decline. And mind you, people leave home very early, get stuck in traffic, do not even get the cars in the first place, get stuck in traffic, get to work late. After work, it's another hassle of getting home, and the cycle continues every day. And so I want to look at it from the economic perspective. And Dr. Hayford Ayerakwa has joined us. He's a development economist, and he's joined us via Zoom for us to have a conversation about this. Doc, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother, and I trust you're doing well.
I am well, by God's grace. From December through to January, lots of reports. We had even followed on that. We were at the terminals. We've seen lots of people stuck, not getting vehicles to go home. And even when they're going to work, the Ministry of Transport came in, the assemblies did a few things, the GPRT and all the other bodies also did a few things. But today we're looking at the economic aspect of this. Doc, we're losing, what, 4.5 billion? And that is a lot of money losing as a country.
I completely, and I want to commend the team that conducted this research, which has actually brought to bear some of the very issues we've been talking about for a while now, except that we didn't have the numbers to pull together. And so this has become more or less a reference point for us to see how much we are losing. But if you ask me from what I said, I think their estimate is very conservative. If I look at the disaggregation and how much they are allocating to productivity loss, I think for me that is likely even going to be more than what they are estimating. But it points to an important thing that as a country, we are losing a lot of potential resources, and probably wasting so much resources that ordinarily we shouldn't be wasting. And that is something that should bring all of us back to the conversation, to the table, and look at medium to long term solutions. What has been the situation in recent past? And the government on government has been, let's get additional buses. And you could see the knee-jerk reaction that in the past few weeks we had to put in, especially when we had a challenge somewhere in December and part of early January. So we are mobilizing, let's call for buses here, let's get people here. And it's always an ad hoc solution. But no country develops on an ad hoc policy. You need a long-term strategy that allows you to be able to put in the systems to work towards. Then everybody knows that this is where we are headed. Now, I have always been advocating that, look, it is not government, and I don't see any government in the next 5 to 10 years having the capacity and the ability to put in buses that can adequately address the situation. Government may play a role, but government's primary responsibility is to create an enabling environment. In Ghana, the buses or the bus system, the public transport system that we are used to, is largely what we call the trotro, like your reporter said. But most of these trotters are not in a condition that the average middle class is willing to hop onto. Sometimes you literally have to be extremely careful. There are no standards. Anybody just jumps from nowhere and puts their vehicle on the road. And because passengers are stranded, anything goes as long as it can move them from point A to point B. That is not the way to develop. That is not the way to go. I think that we must first have a national standard for what we consider to be a public transport. And anybody who wants to operate within that ecosystem must be willing to play by that. And of course, we need to give ourselves a period that anybody who must operate a public transport system must have this kind of certification, must have this kind of vehicles. And you don't just put them, they must belong to, like we have in a real train system. There are lines. There's a blue line, there's a red line, there's a green line. You must begin to designate your lines, your roads into lines to say that, okay, you are going to point C. You will need to start from point A with a red line. When you get to this point, you will change over and get to point C with maybe a blue line. There should be a system in place that we can use. And in doing that, we can then connect technology and digitalize a lot of these things. It is not rocket science. Simple coding, a simple digitalization can help with some of these basic scheduling related issues. And another thing we should begin to look at, like we are saying, why should everybody be heading to the city center about the same time? This has always been a challenge for me. And it's because over the years, we have been socialized and oriented that we have to do the 8 to 5 p.m. routine work. I think we've gone past the system, and we need to begin to reform. One of the things I have always advocated for is remote work. Look, let's invest in remote skill set, digital skills. Let's invest in emerging digital skills so that people can work remotely at least twice or 2 days in a week. This would, and that's in a way, ease the traffic.
Sorry to cut in, but that's a very important point you're making, because people have made references to the COVID era and when people were home and were still getting the work done. And just when the virus were told it was safe to come out, it's just gone back to being physically present in the office. At what cost would it be for us to get back to working from home or remote work, as you say?
The number one cost is the investment in training and the basic logistics for staff to be able to to work with. So, i.e., you need smart devices, you need the skill to operate these smart devices, but they are basic. As long as, for me, you can use a smartphone, training you to be able to do remote work shouldn't be difficult.
Right.
And we need to be able to, once training, it means that our supervisors must also be oriented and reoriented to know how to monitor. And it means that we are moving away from the usual routine clocking system to deliverable system. So if the deliverable, we meet, have a conversation as a team to know that these are the things we need to do for the week. And everybody is clear in their mind what the deliverables are. It is no longer me going to check on whether you are seated by your computer or not. It is about making sure that I am assigning you a task and your job is to deliver on that task. If that is done, you would realize that people will be more comfortable, and in fact, people will have a healthier life. People would have the extra time and enjoy more family life. People can eat healthy. They will sleep a bit more. They will be more productive. And everybody wins in the long run. Companies will make a lot more returns. Companies will save on utilities. They will save on bills. They will save on transport. So you see, you can again give a lot more incentives for people to look at some of these things. I think that we are too rigid when it comes to what work is. As long as people show up in the office, we think that they are working. But unfortunately, that is not work. For me, work is about the deliverables. What are we supposed to achieve by what time?
Okay.
And are we achieving that? And if organizations can begin to look at it from that angle, we will realize that, yes, remote work would be a good one.
Okay.
For nothing at all. We can decide that at least twice, 2 days in a week, 3 days in a week, we would work remotely. Then once in a week or twice in a week, we come back to the office where the need arises, unless it is an essential service that they must necessarily be at a particular location. That is there.
Okay.
Let me end with this.
Okay,
the other
right.
thing I want to talk about is the fact that a lot of the traffic we talk about, you also see that they are mostly people driving their private vehicles. And that ties closely to what I said earlier. We need to also begin to look at carpooling system, where people within a certain locality can begin to think about, and for me, I see this as a serious business opportunity. Who can create that business to say that I've got a car and I am willing to pull people along for a period. So you sign up to it. I pick you up, we head in the same direction. We close, I bring you, you pay. And that can save you some time. You don't have to stress about the driving, and you don't have to stress about getting to your work at a particular time because you are guaranteed a certain time and a certain time. So there are a lot of innovations that for me this presents, and it is not new. Others have done it. We should be able to adapt and make headway.
Right, so Doc, thank you very much for the insights there. So you heard from Dr. Hayford Ayrakwa. He's a development economist and talking about very important things. That includes the working from home or the remote working. And the final one where, you can get a vehicle and just get people in your area, hop on and make some money out of that. But let me just also mention that this research on this gridlock that we're talking about was conducted by Glimmer Research, a Ghanaian consultant and research firm. And the policy brief was titled "The Cost of Gridlock, a Policy Brief on Ghana's Urban Traffic Crisis." And the lead research was Andy Sevoji, Franklin Osukwache, the geodetic engineer, Yusuf Mohammed, statistician, and also Rudolph Joakos, the biochemist. And this analyzed traffic patterns, particularly along the Medina 37 military hospital corridor here in Accra. And the conclusion is that Ghana loses 4.5 billion cedis annually on wasted time, on fuel, and reduced productivity. And so this is where we wrap up the conversation on the show for today. Many thanks for joining us on here. For more news, log on to our website. That is www.metrotvonline.com. And kudos to the production. So we're back here tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. My name is Desmond Okrekudan. So do enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a good afternoon. Bye.
Our school is built on a hill. Samoto. We are always victorious, 'cause we work in God.